following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
A Great Dane makes a good family
much poorer.
Pet Carol.
In college, students live in a
state of confusion.
No, in a dorm. Mel Dorme.
And I'm Tom Kennedy. Name of our show, You Don't Say. How about that? Thank you very much. You've helped us welcome our stars, Pat Carroll and Mel Torme. And, of course, we all welcome back our current champion and contract administrator, Errol Stevenson, and our challenger, Judy Stangler. Now, John Harlan, tell our viewers what that first name will be.
Tom, we're going to the bonus board.
Errol had just won a game, you remember that, and he won $100. And we'll be taking him to the bonus board in just a minute. But right now, for up to 12-hour relief of head cold symptoms, contact capsules. All right. Say, listen, as you know, several months ago we started giving away cars, and now we're starting something new again. When a contestant wins a car, the home viewer that sent in that entry will not win 100,000 top value stamps. I'm very sorry. No. Instead, that viewer will win 1 million top value stamps. Yes, indeed. That's right. You heard it right. 1 million top value stamps can be redeemed for a car, a boat, a fur coat, or any of the more than 3,000 items in the top value catalog. Remember, only when the car is won on your entry, you receive 1 million stamps. And now, of course, you all remember the object of our game, to convey a famous name and make your partner say a word that sounds like part of that famous name. Now, we're going to go to the bonus board, and Pat, you can help Errol. The first clue is worth $300. Errol, which clue first?
Middle clue.
Middle clue reads, on Halloween, the children play treat or
trick.
Did you get it?
Trick.
Do you have a guess?
Patrick Wayne.
I'm sorry. Now for $200, which clue next? Top or bottom?
Top.
All right. A poker player stands... There you go. Now that narrows it down. Do you have a guess?
Patrick Knowles.
Patrick Knowles.
I'm sorry. For $100, your third and final clue reads, a house for female chickens could be called what? What would you call that?
Coop.
No, female chickens. But a house for a female chicken would be...
coop.
No, come on. Errol, tell her what it is.
Tell me, Pat.
A house for female chickens could be called a hennery.
Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry is the name for $100. That's exactly what it is.
Is that correct?
It is now.
Get thee to a Henry.
John Harlan, would you please tell us who submitted the entry?
That was sent in by Mrs. Robert Marin of 24 Porter Place, Montclair in New Jersey. Okay, back to you, Tom.
All right, John. Well, it's fun day here on You Don't Say. And first of all, I want to tell you that our current champ, Errol Stevenson, is now over with Mel Torme, and we have a new partner. She is a student. She's on Pat Carroll's side. Would you help us welcome Judy Stangler? Welcome, Judy. Good luck to you. And now we get underway. Pat and Mel, would you look at our first name, please?
From the western range to the eastern stage, Robert Horton.
The missing word, of course, must not be a proper name. Mr. Torme, the champ on your side, that gives you the first clue.
Oh, boy. I can't even think of
Try something else.
Gets me off the hook. Now, a guy who sticks one up with a gun is called a...
Robert.
5 seconds.
Robert Young.
Sorry. Pat?
Good luck, Pat.
It's a wonderful name.
Still laughing about the Henry?
Yes, of course. Judy, fasten your safety belt. A person who might be considered rather dull at a party wouldn't be called a dullard, but he might be called, not a poop out, but he might be called another name, and that would be...
Borson, Borlard,
5 seconds.
Robert Bloor. No.
Sorry, Mel?
Okay. If you're from the deep south and you had a habit of dropping your G's at the end of a word, and if it turned out that you were in pain, your arm was in pain, you'd say, boy, my arm is
Hurtin, Robert Horton.
That's the name, Robert Horton. There you go. And that's 1 point for the fellows. 1-0 to score. We'll be back with more if you don't say in just a minute. Right now, Sunsweet has developed a brand new kind of prune. Let's see how thrilled this gentleman is to find out. All right, Judy Stangler and Errol Stevenson, next name.
King of Egypt until he abdicated in 1952, King Farouk.
Errol, first clue is yours.
The center of an egg has a yellow portion, and this is called
yolk. Yokel.
5 seconds.
Jolson. Yokohama. Yokohama Mama. Don't.
Time, Mel.
For somebody with Quinkie's disease, he does pretty well. I'm listening, aren't I?
If someone is very unbiased and tries to let everyone have his way or is equal in his decisions, he is said to be very
unprejudiced, fair yoke.
5 seconds.
Fair yoke. Oh, Farouk.
Sorry, Pat.
James J. Farouk.
Errol.
on ladies' fingers. They often wear bands, and another name for this band.
If you think I'm going to say Ring Farouk, you're crazy. It's King Farouk.
That's it, King Farouk. I'm sorry, Pat.
But listen, what was his first name?
James J. That's it, but you have to give the title. King James J. Errol, you have a blitz game going for you. 2-0 is the score. Pat and Mel, next name. Audience is going to play along with us. Mel, first clue is yours.
If you're about to enter one of this country's armed services, you might become a soldier, a sailor, or a...
Marine.
5 seconds.
Marine O'Sullivan.
I'm sorry. All right, Pat.
Judy, the thing that grows on top of your head is called...
Hair. Maureen O'Hara.
That's the name, Maureen O'Hara.
We deserve that.
Oh, how close can you come, huh? 2-1 is the score. Errol's favor. We'll be back with more if you don't say in just a little bit. Right now, here's a message for Bill Culver.
We're playing You Don't Say today with Pat Carroll and Mel Torme. For the consolation prize on You Don't Say, players will fly as our guests to the city of their choice anywhere in North America, including all of our 50 United States. TWA, whose luxurious Starstream jets flying coast to coast in the United States and across the Atlantic to Europe, Africa, and Asia, offer a warm welcome to the world of Trans World Airlines. And some lucky player may win a thrilling new 1967 wide-track Pontiac Tempest convertible. Enjoy the beauty and performance of Pontiac. The great one is here. The high-style, wide-track Pontiac.
We'll be back with more if you don't say in just a minute. Right now, a word about new Excedrin from Bristol-Myers. Judy Stangler, Errol Stevenson, next name.
Peter Pan's flitting friend was Tinkerbell.
Judy.
young boys, when they have a car, they have a Model T Ford or something of this nature, and in their teenage years, they're said to fix this car up, and they you don't really play with it. That's a bad word, but they might fiddle around with the parts, and this is said to be
Customizing? Stripping. Well, listen, I don't know what you did when you were a boy, but they stripped cars.
Midnight Auto Supply.
Oh, Judy, I'm sorry. I just never played with cars. I'm awful sorry. I don't know that term.
Errol.
Oh, he's a...
The New York area has an elevated rail system, and this system is commonly referred to as...
Yes.
Yeah, I see what he's done.
Right. Do you realize, Errol?
No, I don't know.
Well, we'll explain it to you later. Judy, next clue.
Try something else. Cans that food come in are made of a material. It's not aluminum. Another is called a type of can is a
Tin. Tinnel. Tin-L or L-tin? Tin-L. Tin.
5 seconds.
Tin strip car. Tin hot rod.
Time. Errol.
The opposite of his is...
Hers. Tin. Hurston. Kirsten. Her. Tin. Hers. Tinners. Tinners.
5 seconds.
Forget it. Just take my 5 seconds. I have no idea. No idea.
All right, Judy, final round.
another word for an automobile is called a
Car. Tin car L. Tin car L. Tin car L. Tin car
5
L.
seconds.
Tin Carell. Tin Carell. Tina. Tin Carell. Tin Carell. Tin Carell.
Time, Errol. Final clue.
If we're good, go to heaven. If we're bad, we go to...
Tinkerbell.
That's the name, Tinkerbell.
Very good.
He tried to trap me into saying a bad word, folks. Notice I wouldn't say it in this show.
That's right.
Realize I'll never get to Never Neverland. I'm sorry, Judy, and I always applauded for
Yesterday we had Nana on the show. Nana.
Do you know what she wanted you to do with the car now? Tinker.
Yeah.
And you were going to go for the word L, but you said the word elevated in your sentence, and L is derived from elevated.
Right.
But you've won the game anyway, Errol. $100 is yours, and Judy, this is only your first loss, so stand by. Mel and Errol. Bonus board time. Which clue
Merrill
first?
and Errol.
Merrill and Errol.
That's well.
A middle clue.
All right, for $300. Eggs are boiled, poached, scrambled, or...
Fried.
Okay.
Fred.
Any guesses? Middle position.
Manfred.
Which clue next for $200?
No idea.
Bottom.
Okay. Truck drivers call coffee a cup of...
Joe.
Put them together.
Joe Fred Bill. No.
Joe.
Joe Fred.
For $100, your third and final clue reads, 1/7 of a week is a...
Joe Friday.
Joe Friday's the name. $100. Joe Friday.
Sergeant Joe Friday.
They were fried, yeah, Joe Friday. And this gives you, Errol Stevenson, a total of $400. Congratulations. John Harlan, tell us about it, please.
Tom, that card was sent in by Judith Ann Johnson of box number 23, Marco, Indiana. So she'll receive 100,000 Top Value stamps. From the Top Value stamp catalog, you can choose from more than 3,000 items for your home or outdoors, or just to pamper yourself a little. Once again, here's Tom Kennedy.
We'll be back with more If You Don't Say in just a minute. Right now, this informative minute with General Foods. Watch.
All right, we're going to go.
We are starting a new game. Pat Carroll, Mel Torme. Next name.
Journalist and political pundit Walter Lippmann.
We're going to give it to
Mel.
Parts of your face, the portion of your face that you talk with is called the mouth, but there's another name for the mouth, and it's called the...
5 seconds.
The mouth, the lips. Lips. Lip. Tongue. Lip more.
Time. Pat.
The opposite of man. Easy, Pat.
Sorry about that.
I'm ashamed to face America. Oh, Judy.
Now, I can't say this because a word is incorporated in it. So, if she is of the opposite sex, of the female sex, you are of the male sex, and a male is called a...
Man. I know who it is, but I can't think of it. Lipman.
You have 5 seconds.
Lipman.
Time. All right. Steady as you go now,
Saved
Pat.
by the bell. Wonderful. Oh,
Steady as you
Judy, listen to me now, attentively. Oh, I hope I don't blow this. Judy, when you go to a restaurant, the fellow who serves you food is called a...
Waiter, Walter Lippmann.
That's the name, Walter Lippmann.
Lawrence
Walter
Lippmann?
Is it Lipton?
So, girls, you got a point. 1 in a row.
The Count of Monte Cristo.
Judy.
When
somebody loves you.
there's a game called tic-tac-toe. And if you're not making a circle, when you make the other mark, you make it with a certain movement of the hand. Oh, it's... No, I can't go for that.
Well, try something else. You play Scrabble?
When children are baptized,
Yes.
they are given a name. This act of baptizing is called...
Baptism.
No.
They're given a name. They're christened.
5 seconds.
Christian? Christian? Yes or no?
Arrow.
On our foot, we have little extremities, and one of these is called
Toe. Christo. Crusoe.
You have 5 seconds.
Christo. Christopher. Christoph. Christo.
Judy.
Oh, Judy. Ooh.
When someone is going to get up on a horse, the act of getting up on the horse is called...
Count of Monte Cristo.
That's the name. Yeah.
Walter Lippmann.
Now, Judy, this is a blitz game for you so far. 2-0. Pat and Mel, next name.
Author, playwright, humorist, artist, James Thurber.
Patricia, first clue.
I wish I hadn't said that. Judy? I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try it, Judy. Roses, there are different types of roses, but the one I'm thinking of, I'm not going to use. All right. Judy. No, I've got to go back to this. The rose that I'm thinking of, they call a particular name because it's got a bulb that you stick in the ground, however you grow roses. So it's not like the type of rose that it is, but it's the kind of rose that has a round bulb, and you don't go to my gardening club. And, all right, well, then we'll go for we have to finish with the roses. Well, that's the only thing I can say about that rose, and it's called, of this type or kind, a...
Seedling, stalk, bud.
5 seconds.
Bulb, you said bulb. Oh, my grandmother will kill me.
That'll make 2 grandmothers.
Mel.
There's a wonderful performer in show business whose name is Harry Richmond. And he used to have a saying, okay?
Okay.
And he always used to put his hand up to his breast and say, like that. Now, they say that Harry Richmond lisped slightly. And this saying was a 2-word saying. The first one was, yes.
Thur.
5 seconds.
Cervantes?
No, I'm sorry.
That was yesterday.
But it's very Castilian. That's wonderful. Judy. Yeah, that was that. Harry Richmond is right. And when you're very cold, and many times in cartoons, in cartoon strips, when someone is very cold, they have the little box above their head and they're shivering like this, and they're shaking all over. And the sound that is in the cartoon strip is
Thurber.
5 seconds.
James.
yes.
The name. Well, the least you could do, Pat, is react a little.
I tell you, I was so.
Do you know that we don't have too much time? You know the rose? Tuberous. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Tuberous. Okay.
Yeah.
James Thurber, one for a game. I want to give her a chance at the bonus board before the
Yes,
time
sir.
runs out. Now, this, however, since Judy won a blitz game, if she gets this on the first clue, she'll win a 1967 Pontiac Tempest convertible. You cannot help her, Pat. Good luck to you, Judy. You'll have 10 seconds. Take the full 10. Which clue first and good luck?
Middle.
Middle clue. To cut grass with a machine is to...
Mow.
Think it over. It's in the first position.
Mow blank.
Number 1.
Mow blank.
What do you say, Judy? Have to call for it.
Maryland.
Sorry. All right, Pat, you can help her on the next clue. It's worth $200. And which one next, Judy?
Bottom.
Bottom clue reads, nautically, the floor of a ship is the...
Hull.
The floor.
Floor. Oh. Deck.
Put them together.
Mow blank.
Moby Dick.
Moby.
That's the name, Moby Dick, $200. Yes. Moby Dick. And the top clue reads, the top clue, you get honey from a bee, Moby Dick, and you have a total now, Judy Stangler, of $300, and John Harlan, and yes, John has a message, right? Tell us.
That was sent in by Ruth M. Crow of 1151 Granetta Place, Bronx, New York. Back to you, Tom.
We'll be back with Pat Carroll and Mel Torme in just a minute. Right now, here's a word of interest to you from Johnson Wax. It's not what you say that counts, what you don't say. Bye.
This program has been pre-recorded.